Hey there, everybody. Welcome to my league match here against N.A. Smith. Second to last match of the season. We got a regular Nocturne mix board here with both the Travelers and some horses. I mean, this is going to be Goons stuff eventually. The Travelers both look really nice. 5-2 it actually, or 2-5. 2-5 would be really nice here. 5-2 not much. It's not, I'm not totally sure. I guess you just have to delay the scrap. I think you either delay the scrap or you delay the peasant. I think those are your options here. I think you clearly open page. But I think the two Travelers is probably the best. I mean, you can make an argument for some other stuff like a courtyard or scrap, but this all looks pretty reasonable to me. They do hit 4 here, which is nice. I'm not sure if those are the buys, but I might have gone for a courtyard in that instance. I should have got port. I should have. Well, it's not guaranteed, so I don't know. It depends on. But yeah, it is. Well, I mean, I just have. I already have the estate. Yeah, I should have. I think got a port. Maybe. They get a scrap there. Yeah, I think I probably should have gone for. Gonna do something maybe questionable. Okay. This, I think I just buy the port. This is actually good hand because it makes scrap with some estates very, very likely. I don't know that there's a ball that's especially appealing. I'm not gonna ball for ports. If they were on game, then 4 ports, that would be something. Yeah, I think I wish I didn't have the double scrap. I think I wish I had gone port scrap. Since I didn't take it on my 4, I was kind of a little bit stuck in that respect. He's probably buying ports himself. Hopefully this isn't the scrap. I guess that would be the worst draw of them. Oh, now I wish I had kept the estate, but so I have soldier mess and then collision here. I'm not totally sure which of the two I actually play. Yeah, I wish I had managed to get. Wish I had managed to. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the upside would have been even if I had gotten the They're just way ahead of me on teacher line. And then caught me now on this other line because of the collision. They get a nice warrior hit, or this would have been a good hand to have the 2 scraps. We would have cycled through and gained horses and stuff. So I would have trashed the silver for sure. So that's a pretty rough hit. I'm not even sure you take a goons. Might just go port courtyard. Until you have until you have more of the deck control, the first goons is not so exciting. So not sure. Obviously the attack does something. I'm just not sure it's better than getting stuff that helps you cycle a little better. Inspecting card action horse, yeah. I think they have their courtyard still. Yeah. Like this is not particularly a hit there for the goons. The buy's nice though. I mean, we had 8. I don't have a problem with the goons, but I'm not sure what's my favorite buy there. So they did have buy, so they had an option to go force and 2. Courtyard, port, or just double core and gets another peasant. Yeah, I'm not sure about the peasant. I like. Yeah, I'm just not really feeling the peasant, but they're getting champion into this shuffle. This is all going to be a bit rough. I would ball for double courtyard, I think. I think that's better than another goons. Yeah, I agree completely with that buy. Like, he didn't have a ton of ports, but he's enough, and if you find the champion, then they're just like crazy good. So yeah, I knew I had a fugitive in here. This is gonna be okay. There is a courtyard already on top, and this should be an okay shuffle. Just pretty much all the way through. I guess I could have tried to maybe that trigger is bad. I mean, I'll have horses on top, so it's not the worst thing ever. It might be just an okay trigger. This is at least sort of promising for the opening hand, the first play that he's making on his turn. Yeah, it just has like he must just have a million courtyards in hand. I do have a disciple in there, and so okay. Oh, all right. Now we're living. Okay, so this is something. Hmm. Do we disciple? Goons? Or do we go for increased cycling? There's a little bit of draw in there, maybe? Like a courtyard. Where's the... This was a very good turn, and his was very bad, so... It's not like... It's not like clearly good enough or anything, but it's clearly pretty good. So my challenge here, like he probably has ports now, but now it's harder to have the port and the draw and all that. Was he playing whatchamacalls it last turn? No. Okay, he didn't even have like supplies. What's hard for me now is to decide if I want to get a teacher or not. I mean, plus cards on port's going to be very good for me. Probably good enough to do it. Do I want a peasant? That's kind of a question. May not do that much for me. I mean, it kind of sucks to lose the disciple because the goons gaining is pretty good, but I guess I don't have the draw to probably play them that much anyway. And so I'm a little surprised. I guess he's got enough courtyards that it makes sense. We can find the teacher this turn. We'll be in pretty good shape. We didn't get to the teacher, so that's going to hurt a little bit. I do get to go up a little bit in points here, though. And we know we're getting the teacher this turn. He didn't, get to disciple goons or anything. He does have more courtyards. So that's really good for Nate Smith. And he is going to have a disciple or two disciples. So that'll give him some pile out power. I probably... it may have been better to not take the third goons there and take like just a bunch of havens. Probably this turn is going to be like pages and havens in a way that probably doesn't leave a pile out for me. If I had found the teacher, I would be just winning this game for sure last turn. But I'm still in good shape, I think. I'll get to trash a copper this turn. top deck a port with a teacher down that is gonna put cards on it. I don't know exactly how couriers are down in here. I don't really know where the courier split actually went precisely. My real issue will be, can he pile out next turn? That's gonna be the bigger problem. Because he's gonna have the 2 disciples and he's gonna have the, so that's gonna make maybe scraps feasible to empty. But maybe he doesn't have the draw to bring all of that quite to bear. And if you add a stop card like a Goons, it does get a little bit harder. Getting vassals, that seems quite bad to me. Vassal specifically seems pretty bad to me. And the peasants, I don't like these buys. That's like just stop card, stop card, stop card. I don't think he can actually draw this, but maybe he can. And I guess if he does, he probably has a pile out, but I don't know. I'm not going to lower the ports more. I mean, if he's like worried about me piling, I think he's probably worrying too much. Okay, he's down to 1 disciple. Okay. So that, I don't think, okay, that doesn't, all right, I don't really feel threat of pile outs anymore. So the teacher is the last card. There are more ports in here. I still have a silver. Those may be gone. It may be worthwhile to trash a port to us. Probably just copper though. Okay. I mean, it may be a thing to. Alright, there's like 2 ports down in there. I should count money here because it may be better to just not lose the scrap right now. I'm gonna have the draw advantage, so I don't really want to pile, or I don't want to lower too much. Though I need to get into a position where I can pile eventually. How much money is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or it's like 11 or 9. Like if I top deck scrap, it's 11. Which will be like Goons. What piles can we? I mean, we can empty Goons probably if those get low. I think it is the scrap on top. There are ports in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are 2 ports in there. And a Goons. I'm not 100% sure on all that. How much? Maybe I get a peasant. Does I get a? The big thing for me is just like having the points lead, and then hopefully, hopefully I didn't cause a pile out. I guess is a important thing. As long as I stay ahead on the goon scoring, I'm okay, I think. And the soldier is going to generate quite a bit of cash. And they didn't draw deck. Or, I mean, I guess you can start playing those cards. It's sort of weird to start playing them. I guess there's no decisions associated with it. But there's another goons, right? Surely the scrap is drawing a card. Like, why would you play? I mean, you could have got more money out of your soldiers, right? Or does he just already know that there's a pile out? I don't know. I think I can get 6 buys. He has another goons, right? So there was like a chance of. Can he empty? He can't like empty the islands. Okay, he's adding a vassal peasant. Did they play their teacher? They didn't play teacher. So like again, I don't love the vassal and peasant stuff because I feel like I don't know. I feel like that stunts your draw. I mean, I won't play the horse if I don't have to, or I'll use it, I'll scrap it or something. How far can I get on this stuff? How much do I need to empty? Probably that's not really in the cards. Okay. This is like a bunch of ports, right? Well, and the supply. Okay, we should probably try and draw on. They didn't add draw to their deck, so I mean, they still really can't bring it all into play. I can score 1,000,000 points here. Is there a useful 7? Is that how many I have? 7? Yeah, okay, 7. And I guess I can check if there's some sort of win. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. 20, 21. I mean, I shouldn't have played the Haven, right? If I was going to go for a win. 2021. 04 and then 5, 5. How much do I need? What's the last card? Is it another courtyard? Does I get... I mean, there may be a win regardless. I shouldn't have played this Haven, but that's info now. Let me check. So 4 for the ports, then 5 for port scrap, 5 for scrap, 5 for scrap. And 3 for the last scrap. And that's 9. That's like not all the buys. So where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. 20, 21, 22 is right? 4 plus 3 5s is 9 plus a 3. None of those are involved, but just in case. Okay. All right. I will take it. I fell a little behind, but then I had a really nice turn and he had a really bad turn. And it kind of switched the order of the traveler advantage. Okay. Guess it's a Goons cage match. So Seer looks quite good here. I mean, you might open Cardinal just because, like, why not? You can open Cardinal Lookout. You could also try for a Doctor. I don't know. I'm gonna... Obviously, Cardinal is, like, not that great here, but at the start, but it could hit. Maybe it's worse than getting... Maybe you just want Doctor over Lookout, but I'm gonna try the Lookout. Bandit looks pretty bad. Gatekeeper looks bad. I mean, really, you just want Seers and Forges and Goons. Like, that's what... And you want to have Trash Deer Coppers, but... Like, that feels like the deck. This is a 5 in this next hand. So that's really nice. I hit the lookout, so that's really awful for him. And I can just lose the port. That's no skin off my back at this point. It was a little sad to hit. Like, it would have been nicer if he just revealed the port for me, clearly. Is there any real reason to do the scouting party? Like, I have the Seer and the Cardinal are in there. I don't think there's even really much advantage there. They probably, like, the lookout hit mainly just hurts because the making them miss a lookout play. Like, they don't probably mind having a second lookout that much. If I get 5 here, well, I guess I have 5 here. If I get 5 and I have estates, I'll do a trade. There goes my lookout. I'm not totally I like don't have to get the lookouts back. Probably. Maybe I do, but or maybe I want to, but I have to think. It may just be shift to a doctor. If there's a point where you know you can use it to hit the last few estates or a few coppers. Though you may just be trading them and be relatively satisfied with that. I'm not sure. The cardinal hits will matter once the ports are gone. That can hurt. Ideal here is like you see a port, we see a port and the goons. Yeah. That's what. I don't know that, I don't think the order, he didn't trade. Yeah, he was already shuffled, so that didn't really matter. Yeah, I think we go ports here. Pretty easy. Bad, not a good draw. Fortunately, for a little while at least, when he plays Cardinal, we can just toss a port. Or a silver. That's not actually 100% clear between those, but that's pretty awful for them that was all they got to do. Mostly I just want a lot of Seers. I will add a second goons sometime, but it's no rush there. Mainly, way more important to just play this goons more. That was pretty sad, but so be it. Now we have whatchamacallit, at least one Seer on top here, so. I think I like a trade. I'm not gonna get that copper back from exile, but Yeah, still. Well, we can do this. He'll just leave the lookout now. There's 2 seers on top there, so we can get another goons now. I guess if he has 8, he has trapped a port. Or can have trapped a port. I don't know if it's that worth doing, but versus getting another seer here. Really didn't get well, he's going for another Cardinal. That's interesting. This was I was gonna say this is almost really bad, but this is actually okay. So the big thing that he has over me is just thinness. The second Cardinals don't seem that appealing to me. What is the last card? Is it just another? It's just another port, right? But I guess they're better not in the shuffle. Also, we can draw out here. So, see what we hit. That was friendly of me. I can kill more coppers. Hopefully when he plays the Cardinals, then I can just throw silvers into the exile fairly often. This will be like double seer. I don't know. I can buy estates maybe. I'm not sure quite how I do the finish. I was kind of hoping he would resign. I can also lose some goons. Like if he reveals goons at this point, I can lose a goons. It's not a big deal. He's really going for the he's like really going for the Cardinals, which I find pretty odd. Not only because I just don't think they hurt my deck. I don't really think they hurt my deck. And then, how much do I have here? 14. The other thing is that I think it's a pile. Like he's lowering a pile that I can also buy. So that seems pretty bad to do. This is an awful draw. So you may catch me a little bit on this turn. Though there's still enough ports in there that I can do some stuff there. I think it's definitely a goons. Flipping all those ports will hurt a little bit. Well, and losing one of the ports does hurt. But like I said, he lowered the Cardinals, so now all I have to do is empty those. Or work on emptying those. Which seems doable. For sure. This is just gonna... Okay. And I'm gonna, start hitting him some. Not really with anything that matters, but... Do I just triple Cardinal? Yeah, I don't think this... Guess there's some world where he hits enough stuff that I don't get it, but... Now they have to take like a province. I don't know. Two seers in hand is just going to be... I think really tough. Even if I don't get this turn, like, right, he's not... This is not putting it into range for them. So... Okay. Is there anything tricky with Way of the Horse? This is kind of a bit underwhelming, right? You can maybe, I don't know exactly how much you play up here. Because draw just isn't. I don't know if you open Monastery Jack or you open like Jack Dungeon and buy a Monastery. Save is gonna help line up those two, though. Of course, you. I mean, you don't have to go for Jack here. You can try to do just like cargo ship into golds and display some stuff. Save will help you pair up Jack and Monastery, which is pretty nice. Dungeon's quite good here, though. Just playing it in general. So that's not fully clear to me. I think I'm going to try the Monastery. Well, you know, someone not getting a Monastery, I wouldn't begrudge them that. And nasmith gets to set something aside, of course. I just have them collide, which is actually a little nicer than the other way because you don't have, your Jack gets to do a little more drawing filtering. And you can maybe save an estate out of the next shuffle. Well, I guess not quite. Because you're only gonna sift through 2 here. This isn't really what you want to see for them. I mean, it's what I want to see, so who cares about them? It's not crazy to get a second Jack because you can horse it later, right? So that's always a thing you can do. But for me, this has got to be a dungeon. And then I think a second dungeon. You could just like buy a smugglers or a silver or something. 2 dungeons is gonna be nice though. I didn't draw the Jack. That would have been something else if I had drawn the Jack. But so question now, is saving worth it? It does keep a junk card out of the shuffle that the dungeons trigger, though it's really small, quite a small shuffle, isn't it? The Jack won't draw. Oh, the Jack will still draw a card because you're gonna play the other dungeon. A 5. I guess the question is whether the 5s are all that appealing. They're not that appealing, are they? This place isn't that good here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can do some display stuff still. I'd be willing to try this place anyway. So it looks like I'm willing to. But so far, pretty good draws from me, or quite good draws from me. It's not really clear when you're playing this place like over Jack, right? That's kind of tough. Maybe it should have been the Crypt on 5 there. They take the Humble Castle. This can just be that. We may get. Do we go for maximizing do we go for? Maximizing trashing coppers or what? That was what we wanted. That was the good draw for that. I guess displace is good with crumbling, or not crumbling, with castles. I wasn't like really thinking about that when I bought the displace. Can't decide if I even want to go for castles that badly. I guess if you get the small castle, it's maybe worth it. They're just, well, that was a monastery play, right? That there. That Thar. I could take the small, which would involve, well, I mean, there are a few ways I can whiff here on hitting. Well, okay, there are a few ways I can guarantee hitting 5 and a few ways I can whiff it. So I guess I have to decide, you know, which ways are, which things are worth doing. And which are not. May haunted me, in which case I guess I'll just be down to, I'll have to put away the saved thing. Drew the small castle, okay. Or I was like, they found the jack. Oh, they have 2 jacks, so, you know. So they'll probably have 6. Seems very likely anyway. Too bad the monastery can't be horsed, because I think I'm roughly done with mine. Oh, is the haunted castle just top deck exactly too? So the save was still okay. Okay, well that's good to know. We could try, I guess we could displace the, I guess we could displace the small castle. Opulent is not the one I care about too much. The next 3, yes. I could kill. It would be kind of nice to, I'm not going to be able to save anything. It's just not happening. There's a lot of money. The nice thing is all the castles will be displaceable into province. We're gonna have a province phase here because there's no piles. So the game will end on empty provinces, but I mean, I don't think we're gonna get to the point where we empty duchies, castles, and dungeons, but wouldn't be my guess. You're getting displaced. Seems good. I'm a horse now. Okay. He just plays Jack as Jack. That's surprising. Does he already have 9? He doesn't even have 9. Okay. Why is it gold? Okay. Fairly okay with losing the. So I'm gonna opulent into grand. It's not worth more than 5, but whatever. And then I'm probably gonna save. And silver, buy another dungeon, or buy a cargo ship or something. It's like dungeon or cargo ship, I guess. I may horse it regardless, so. Did they save? They didn't even save last. Okay. I have 3 castles. I might get 4, but. All right. Well, we're going to see what they can do. They may be horsing things to hit 10, which is fine. We'll just get a province. I guess the king castle is going to be worth 8, 9. I mean, then the squirrel goat by 9 for them when they get it. So that's pretty good. I mean, I guess they could have failed to hit 10, but that seems really difficult. Really unlikely. Oh, they did miss that. Okay, that's something. Doesn't really matter too much which of these I send up. I could this is probably like the similar play that I just did. I don't think there's any consideration where it matters which one I displace now, but 5 province. Hmm. Is there like any world where I fail to hit if I blow up one of the dungeons? Okay. Like I was just going for like getting either the displace or getting enough money to do a save or something, you know? I guess 2 provinces is pretty winning for me. But they also, I guess they could double. There's like some world where they can double. Me doubling is kind of unlikely. Pretty unlikely, but I can score a little bit here. I mean, they do the gold, but to have the gold and then to have both, you know. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay, this isn't so scary. Because, like me, I think we just do normal dungeon here. But now we force this one and see if we find the king's castle. Yeah. This should be all but winning. We should be able to duchy like often enough, and then there aren't like, I don't think they're gonna be like way better at getting 2 duchies a turn than we are at any point. Like maybe this turn they do, and maybe this turn we don't, but. We have 7. We can set aside a copper. Do we need to is there like a line where he gets there? I guess what I'm asking is, do I need to buy an estate here? Or can I save a thingy? See, he gets 2 and then I get 1. I mean, I think if I get another one after this, it's just over regardless. I don't know. Like there's 9 points now. Like this is just half EP. Okay. All right. All right. So that, I mean, our draws there were quite good. Okay, this is like huge thing that is sort of mucked with at the start with the pixies, right? Or with the tax, I guess. There's donate. So what is donate? I mean, you can donate. I guess you could open workshop donate maybe. One path. I don't know if that's, the quickest path or whatever. It is one path. Another thing. And it's a big explosive thing, right? Of playing black markets once you get the draw and everything. Kinging whatever. Pixies are nice. I don't know. It kind of seems like it might be a workshop line, but you could also just like open with the pixies and have it pan out in a nice way. You could hit mountains or something. Or even, there may even be a turn where you take the gold or something, but there's also a lot of pixies that don't help you at the very start here. I mean, I know the workshop will at least do something on, there'll be some path, right? There'll be some fixed path that you can do with the workshop that'll work. Whether I'll find it or not, I don't know. There'll be something. The same is true of like an amulet. Just with a slightly less flexibility, I guess, but maybe a little more. You maybe get a little more out of it. I might try the amulet. Oh, you also have the goat, but like, who cares about the goat? I mean, the goat is nice, right? You can keep more coppers, and then I said who cares about the goat, but really, truly, the goat's okay because you can keep more coppers as you move into whatever it is you're building. Like, I mean, you can just donate to amulet 4 coppers here. So he's going with the pixie. On debt. They're getting the black market write-off. I guess if you trash, then yeah. There's some, I have to count now. I have it's like either T-Mog or Warrior Village Green. The debt is a bit of point. I guess it could be a pixie as well. If I take the village green, do I still hit 5 next turn with the silvers? I guess it depends on what I draw. This is pretty good. I do need payload. I need like a workshop or a black market or something. So this is either Wharf Workshop or King's. Well, I mean, you could just buy King's Court. I don't have anything really to King's Court yet, so I don't think that's it. But it can be Wharf Pixie with trash. What is the money situation on the next turn? It's not like gonna be way higher or anything, unless the Pixie does something really nice. We're gonna be at least partially living and dying by the whether we see the village green this right now. It's gonna make a pretty big impact on how good this particular turn is. Like that is a bit of a problem. We'll see. So far, the black market, nothing's been gotten from the black market that is like. World changing. The main thing that's nice is just that it currently has a black market. I guess they don't have another wharf yet. That's kind of good for me. Like they didn't play a wharf this turn, so. Give me the loss. That's gonna help a little bit this turn. Well, at least it made me feel better. I don't know how much it'll help. Why is it honey? Goat and whatever. They didn't get another King's Court either, though, so. I think it's gotta be this. It's a little bit sad you don't see the you don't see the thing right away, but how much money do I have? 10, 12, or 11. Well, 12. Well, there's something there, right? For Falcon or King's Court, maybe. Otherwise, we're just going Pixie. Trash the copper and go Pixie. Falconer is not that much nicer than the workshop already. So, I guess It's either double pixie or a village green. This feels like safer and probably still has some pretty good upside. It's pretty rough to take 2 5s from the black market over a king's court here. I'm not gonna lie, like that seems, maybe he had to, but they seemed pretty underwhelming to me relative to the board cards. He must have drawn something bad on that turn. Must have been done already. Oh, he still had 5 coppers. Okay. I did not know that they still had 5 coppers. That was not something I was aware of. I guess you do, what's the mouse? Pawn, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably Magpie Mask opening. The highway thing. Maybe a point where you take a delve, but I think at the start you're just kind of looking for cycle and trashing. And you can make the buy stuff. I mean, you just have magpies that you can use for buy once you have the highways. I mean, there's like some bad draws that you can get opening these two things together, like some anti-synergistic results for sure, but that are possible. But I don't think it's worth not doing the opening for that. Like anytime you pair Masquerade with some card that's not like a treasure, there's some chance of sadness. They go for the mountain village already, which I'm not really convinced of the goodness of that. Not gonna lie. I mean, you certainly want them, but you don't. Well, I mean, at some point you'll probably want them just because you're gonna want to use magpies as pawn buy, and maybe in a terminal fashion is good. You're gonna want a snowy for sure at some point. I say for sure. It seems fairly clear to me that you would want one. They get a warehouse, which is okay. For sure, a reasonable buy. I was very lucky to not draw magpies there. I have one on top here, which is okay. I assume he has 5 and it's just buying a highway. I guess maybe they have a magpie in hand, and so they're thinking about whether they want to do magpie play or possibly a pawn play. They have that much money, maybe. Could be a thing they're considering. Oh, the warehouse. I did forget what it was. And similarly for the warehouse, you could be thinking about whether you want to pawn it, I guess. And this, I have to assume, is just a highway buy. If it's not, I'm admittedly a bit perplexed. So it'll be the same thing for me. Nothing. I don't think anything really worth pondering over there. Highway split is going to be pretty good here. $2 provinces versus. Oh yeah. Okay. So you can always do highway as pawn, like minimally. It's like strictly better, right? You can pick the pawn base option or pawn plus card action. I mean, the only thing you would get here that would be like special at this point would be buy. The possible sadness, of course, is the drawing of the masquerade. Though truthfully, it's not. It's not that bad, I guess. Like any way you slice it, it's not gonna be like too terrible. I don't think. Their warehouse is nice. I will admit that. It's a pretty cute mouse to have with highway. The highways now themselves can give by and still do their highway thing. See, like there, I guess if you don't have the mountain village yet, or if you have other, if you have other actions that you're gonna use way the mouse on, it's also fine, but like I don't know what his hand was to say, but it's probably a misplay to not do some sort of pawn play on this highway. It may have not cost them anything, I don't know, but it looks like a mistake to me. Potential mistake. May not have mattered for the actual turn, but like if he didn't have the mountain village in hand, obviously, then that just doesn't apply at all. But look at that. I'm living that gain magpie dream. It's actually pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Okay, so and then this can be card and buy. I don't know what else is down here, but I guess pretty much regardless, I should do that. This is like way more coppers than I want to see in this hand, but just the way it goes. Oh, we have this warehouse mountain village possible pain. I don't know when that snowy was drawn, but again, this looks like a missed chance on the highways. I'm gonna at least get one, but maybe not more than one. We may just have a even split here. I need more of them, right, before the buy probably matters. That's not totally true. There are some draws where I can get, like if I find magpies on top. There's also masquerade that could be an issue. I guess the point with the magpie thing is that you can just always get more. If you do in fact draw more actions, you can just take the okay. I guess card coin there from the Magpie would have worked. There were some, that all depended on the draws. I maybe made a misplay, but they drew their snowy very early, so they had to do it like that. I very nearly actually won the highway split. Didn't quite get the Magpie draws here at the end, but I do have the Magpie split, so that's something. Well, we might as well play the mask. See if we get anything nice. Like, what do you buy? Just like 1,000,000 mountain villages? I can't pile, can I? There's no way. There's no way. Oh, I forgot I still had the estate. That was stupid. I should have waited on the masquerade. That was just dumb. Where's the snowy? I would like the snowy. Okay, there's the snowy. That didn't go that well. Can't lower too much. Well, okay, like realistically, how many buys can they get? Not that many. Is warehouse good? I don't even know if warehouse is good. Can they get 6 buys? 7 buys? They need 7. They're player 1. I'm gonna say no. On that front. They might have to be a little bit afraid of like lowering the village. I mean, they may just take a province. They don't have much draw as much. Maybe they have the 7 buys. I don't know. That would suck, but there's 2 highways. Is there more action cards? Okay, they didn't even draw. Yeah, a lot of the lowering that they could at least conceivably want to do here could be harmful. Or risky. So if they're able to take a province, then it's such a big deal. They have a masquerade down in the bottom 2 at least, I think, right? Because they didn't play. I think it's like a masquerade and then just the estate. I guess the estate's like pretty clearly in hand. I could have maybe gotten that silver on my turn. But they are taking a province. Your research. The research is interesting to me. I'm not fully in love with it. They got a little bit. I mean, if they draw right, they got more to bring on board on the buys. Guess if I like I mean, I don't know that I'm really gonna realistically have this as an option, but not hitting a lot of coppers so far. There we go. At some point we have to be thinking about, okay, I guess I could pawn it, though, like, I guess I can also think about coin, like if I want to double province, which I might want to do. Okay. I have like 2 masquerades on top. Yuck. Maybe he won't have a village in time to play his masquerade. Okay. Do they have another masquerade? I don't even remember now. Two warehouses. This is like already a tiny hand. Like a super tiny hand. Like I'm sure he has highways, but okay. So this is actually pretty good. Or it's pretty acceptable. I mean, if I get 5 buys, I just win since they took the mountain villages down, which I think was maybe a little strange, but you know, I'll take it. Don't trash it. Okay. I can pass a state as well, which isn't necessarily all that helpful, but it's something I can do. I am already on stop cards here though. Well, pretty much. I think I give him a state. Because I mean, I'll take you know, province again if I can get it. Okay. I have another This is annoying. I haven't hit the highways yet. Is the problem. There's another snowy. No, there isn't. I didn't get another snowy. Alright, we just have to do this. Oh, we got it. That's crazy. All right. One more. Okay, so this is like horse procession, mastermind. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of things. I guess you open scrap lackeys or scrap raise lackeys, something like that. Smugglers could come in for sure. I guess you could work in a priest at some point, though. Probably cash, unless you have a lot of markets for some reason, isn't doing quite as much as just the gains that you're getting off having a million hagglers in play or something. This will certainly 3-pile. You just want to have. It's a bit hard. I guess it's kind of hard to actually get as many horses as you want to have to do the thingy. But the, I don't know, everything else should just work pretty much. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, so your like options here are like scrap. I don't know, priest, lackeys, raise, scrap in like different configurations are not. None of those are too bad. In my opinion. So he goes ahead and gets. As long as, well, okay, the lackeys won't. Horse coin could already be a procession, to be honest. Horse. I almost think this other bonus, I think like all of the ones that aren't silver are like equivalently nothing here. Probably. Coin buy is maybe the interesting one. Or like coin buy, I guess, is like the configuration that is somewhat interesting. Or like horse buy. May not want to, like, you may not want to get the mastermind yet. You could just double lackeys even, but it's a pretty nice shuffle to trigger. They buy a haggler. You can get more money here, I guess, if you want, but like, who cares? I'm pretty clean. Probably don't want to use all the villagers. Seems pretty bad. Can't play the procession on Caravan Guard. What did they gain? Procession. Right, procession is non-duration now, something like that. But can do. Actually, I probably should have. Well, whatever. I meant to do that slightly differently, but. I think they're probably. I think it's a reasonable resign. I was gonna double lackeys there for my buys. All right. Well, I'm very happy with that result. Obviously, to get 6 games over nasmith is not going to happen very often. Thank you all for watching, and I've got one more match against Sycomatic. I look pretty good for getting into the championship at this point, and then just, I guess, how many games I take off Sicko may give me some additional cushion, but in any case, that'll be on. That's going to be a little while before I play that match. Anyway, I will see you all later.